Welcome to the CyberBoardCast, where we arm directors and executives like you with the reconnaissance necessary for you to lead cybersecurely and confidently, helping you navigate the complex world of board and executive cybersecurity governance, strategy, and innovation. I'm Andrzej Cetnarski, your host, and in today's episode, we're distilling your organizational and your own professional, personal, and family cyber risk assessment down to the most important insights you need to live by. Before you set out to create and maintain a culture of cybersecurity in your organization, you must understand the unique risks that your organization faces, right? And with 70 to 97% of breaches succeeding because of cyber insecure behaviors, strategy, and culture, this analysis must start with the risks that each individual brings to the organization. And the whole point here is this: culture starts with the chief executive officer and the chairman of the board, and top leadership setting the tone for the entire organization. And this is for two reasons. First, if the chairman and CEO do not practice cybersecure behaviors and technology best practices, it sends a conflicting message to the rest of the board, C-suite, and frontline employees who just mirror those cyber insecure behaviors, making it nearly impossible for the CISO to enforce a culture of cybersecurity. Second, and even more impactfully in the short term, because of how much easier executives and especially board directors are to breach, because you don't have the time, you don't have the training and education, etc. When you do not behave cybersecurely, the organization will never properly mitigate the very risk that causes 70 to 97% of breaches, which is people risk. That said, a chairman or chief financial officer, CFO, cannot create a culture of cybersecurity in their part of the organization, be it board or finance team, if they do not first understand the threats against their organization, right? And they cannot begin to understand those threats against their organization if they do not first understand the threats against them as a board director or executive, right? Since executives face more sophisticated attacks than frontline employees and are targeted by cyber adversaries dedicated to hunting specifically them. And that's you. So a proper self-assessment must be done, but not just at the professional, but also personal and family layers, because those directly affect organizational cybersecurity. By following this kind of approach, leadership not only sets an example for frontline employees and third-party partners, but also allows all the hard work of the Chief Information Security Officer in securing the enterprise network infrastructure to actually have a chance of preventing breaches. Such self-risk analysis and active engagement by board directors and executives are vital, as the CISO cannot accomplish this for directors and executives, right? And so, through the collective efforts of leadership and employees, breach deterrence thus becomes a realistic target. This is not complicated. It just requires this shift in thinking, essentially decentralizing risk assessment away from the Chief Information Security Officer and into the right hands of each executive and director as the stewards of their own life and of the organization's culture, right? And so now that you've gotten a strong sense for how to assess your risks and how to lead your culture of risk assessment, stay tuned for tomorrow's episode of the CyberBoardCast, where we'll delve into how to master your cybersecurity itself, so you know how to properly mitigate each of these risks. And remember, in the ever-advancing world of cybercrime, knowledge is your best defense. If you found today's episode informative, don't forget to subscribe and to share the boardcast wherever you get your podcasts: Spotify, Audible, Google, etc. Until tomorrow, stay cyber smart and stay secure.